Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
A house fire on the city's west side leaves one person dead. Sarah Costa has latest from the scene.
Plus, Katrina Weber has the latest details on a frightening scene at a northwest side car wash. A man shot while washing his truck, what we know so far.
And a parent facing a felony assault charge after leaving a ref with broken bones. David Sears has details of what authorities say started all of this. Ahead in your morning headlines.
As the new year begins, there are many ways you can give back. Coming up, we'll tell you about a coat drive that will make sure families and children stay warm this winter.
And a good morning to you. It's Tuesday, January 4th.
Thanks for joining us. Hope you had a good morning so far. Right now, it's 41 degrees. It's a little warmer, we say, from yesterday. Not as bad.
Let's go outside with live cam. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning. Again, a bit on the brisk side, but not too bad overall compared to the last couple of mornings. As Steph was saying, Justin joins us now.
Yeah, it looks great out there right now. And I think it was some cloud cover overnight that really sort of helped us out, kept us from getting down to freezing. We stayed in the upper 30s. And now we're starting to warm into the 40s. It's going to turn into a beautiful day. In fact, as we look at the headlines, we're going to call it a chef's kiss type day. Temperatures in the mid 60s this afternoon, just the way we like it. Two fronts in the forecast, in the 7-day forecast, some ups and downs. That's what it means for our forecast. You're going to see the numbers kind of jump up, our typical roller coaster ride here in January. Some gusty winds with these fronts too. And then rain. Are we going to see any rain? We need some. There's some very small chances Saturday and Sunday, but I got to tell you, it's not looking great. 39 Comfort right now, 37 in Bandera, 35 Seguin, 42 Gonzales, 43 Pleasanton, 42 right now in Divine. Pollen count is in. Mountain Cedar Falls even more. That's great news. 1,130. Molds also fall. They're low at 160. And looking at your forecast for today, the 58 noontime, we're up around 65 for a high. That's some great January weather. Mostly sunny skies. Winds will be a little bit breezy, though, from time to time out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. A quick look at the roads with TransGuide. There's I-10 at Woodstone. Things are moving there, and they are also moving pretty well there at Highway 281 at Hildebrand.
Time to check today's 9 at 9. President Biden will meet with the White House coronavirus response team today to discuss a course of action as the Omicron variant rages across America. The briefing comes as over 1 million Americans tested positive for the virus yesterday alone. Johns Hopkins says about 1 out of every 100 Americans will have reported a positive test in just the last week.
A new study released this morning by USA Today and Suffolk University shows more than 8 in 10 Republicans, Democrats, and independents are worried about the future of America's democracy. That consensus is based on starkly conflicting assessments on the assault on the U.S. Capitol nearly 1 year ago. 85% of Democrats call the rioters criminals. 2/3 of Republicans say they went too far, but they had a point.
A federal judge is blocking part of the U.S. Navy's COVID-19 vaccine policy. Monday, U.S. District Judge Reed O'Connor ruled against the Defense Department's vaccine requirement for military members. The preliminary order blocks the Navy from taking adverse action against 35 Navy SEALs who filed a lawsuit because they refused to get the vaccine for religious reasons.
The debate between America's largest cell phone companies and the FAA continues after Verizon and AT&T walked back on their decision to roll out 5G networks near airports. Over the weekend, the companies said they were going ahead with the rollout, but overnight they decided to delay the process again for another 2 weeks. The FAA argues the 5G services would interfere with air traffic signals.
Some firearms dealers will soon be required to make secure gun storage devices available for purchase. Monday, the Department of Justice issued the new rule for gun dealers with federal licenses. Devices include gun safes, gun cases, and lockboxes that are compatible with the firearms being sold. The new regulation goes into effect February 3rd.
The third largest pizza chain in the U.S. is raising the price of one of its most popular deals. Little Caesars says its signature $5 hot and ready pizza will now cost $5.55. The company says the increase is a permanent change, the first in nearly 25 years.
Apple is now the world's first publicly traded company to ever be worth $3 trillion. Shares of the tech company were traded Monday at an all-time high, $182.88 a share. For context, Microsoft is worth about $2.5 trillion, Google owner Alphabet $2 trillion, and Amazon $1.7 trillion.
Are you still holding on to your beloved BlackBerry phone? It's time to say goodbye. As of today, the BlackBerry services will deactivate, making the phones unusable. BlackBerry was the dominant device in the early 2000s until Apple unveiled its new touchscreen design.
The Powerball lottery numbers for a $540 million jackpot were drawn Monday night, and there were no winners. The jackpot is now up to $575 million. The next drawing is Wednesday night, and that's today's 9.
And we have late breaking news. A man is dead after a fire broke out in a home on the city's west side this morning.
Happened on San Andres in a neighborhood off Culebra near Callahan Road. Sarah Costa spoke to fire officials and has the very latest.
When we arrived at the scene just before 7:30 this morning, we did see first responders outside in front of the home. They were efforting to save this man's life. They were performing CPR, but moments later he was pronounced dead. Now, we did speak with the battalion chief on scene. They say they got a call just after 6:30 this morning for smoke coming out of this home in the 1400 block of San Andreas on the city's west side. When firefighters arrived, they saw the homeowner unconscious on the ground in the hallway of the home. That's when they immediately started CPR on the man outside, but firefighters say the man died from smoke inhalation and fire burns. They were able to get the fire under control. They believed it started in the living room. Just by looking at the home from the outside, the damage doesn't look as bad, but firefighters say the home still has some hot spots inside the walls that they are keeping an eye on. And coming up at noon, hear from neighbors who knew the man that lived here. Reporting from the west side, I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
A stop at a Northwest Side car wash has led to a trip to the hospital for one man. San Antonio police say he was shot during a robbery early this morning.
It happened in the 2700 block of Fredericksburg Road, not far from I-10, but as Katrina Weber reports, they found the victim at a different location.
The victim told police that he came to this car wash to get his truck clean, but he says two robbers attempted to clean him out. He says things took an especially violent turn when he refused their demands. The man, who is about 40 years old, was shot in his leg. He told San Antonio police two men had tried to rob him after he stopped at the car wash around 5:30 this morning. But before police knew about the robbery or the truck, they had found the wounded man about 3 blocks away in the 3000 block of Fredericksburg Road. He told officers despite his gunshot wound, he was able to run to the gas station there to get help. He was taken to a hospital by ambulance with what police say was a non-life-threatening wound. Officers say they found a trail of blood leading back to the truck. The robbers were gone, though, when police arrived. Police say the victim wasn't able to give them much of a description of the robbers. The last anyone saw of them, they were heading south here on Fredericksburg Road in their white SUV. Reporting from the Northwest Side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
The risk level for COVID-19 has risen to severe as the county added thousands of new positive cases over the holiday.
That's why the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, several other state and county agencies are hosting a free vaccine clinic this morning. The details are on your screen right now. They're giving out the Pfizer vaccine and COVID tests. It's all happening at the Bexar County Detention Center on North Comal. The event is free and no appointment is needed. You have from now through 5 this evening to get tested or get a shot. You do not even have to get out of your vehicle.
Also keep in mind the Wonderland of America's Mall has a free clinic through Friday, and that's happening from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day.
New data is showing low vaccine rates for kids here in Texas. According to the Mayo Clinic, 10.6% of kids 5 to 11 in Texas are fully vaccinated. That percentage goes up to 52% for 12 to 17-year-olds. Local doctors hope the number of kids getting vaccinated goes up before the classrooms fill up again.
And time now, it's 9:07 and about 43 degrees out there. Still ahead on GMSA at 9.
Search and rescue mission is underway days after a devastating fire sweeps through one Colorado town. Why authorities are now using cadaver dogs in their search ahead in your other morning headlines.
And the local coat drive happening right now to help San Antonio children stay warm. Details on how you can help coming up in a live report.
Well, as you can see behind us, the days of colder weather have finally arrived, and a local councilman is asking for the community's help to make sure children and families stay warm this winter.
District 1 Councilman Mario Bravo's share of the Warmth Coat Drive will benefit two local nonprofit organizations, Roy Moss Youth Alternatives and Corazon Ministries.
Tiffany Huertas joins us live from Roy Moss Youth Alternatives with more on the coat drive. Hey, Tiffany, good morning.
Good morning, Mark and Stephanie. Yeah, this coat drive began like around Thanksgiving, but they still need your help. Just take a look. These are just some of the coats that people have donated. Right now, we're at Roy Moss Youth Alternatives. They help children and families in crisis and seek to end the cycle of trauma and abuse. And to talk more about this is Julie with Roy Moss Youth Alternatives and Councilman Mario Bravo. Good morning. Talk to us about how all of this got started.
Good morning. Well, thankfully, Roy Moss Youth Alternatives reached out to us and let us know that they were going to be needing some winter gear. And so we stepped up and we reached out to the community and asked people to donate coats and other winter gear, scarves, gloves, hats. And the community has shown up, and we've started to distribute all of these materials, but we still need more, and we're going to extend the coat drive. It's been really successful. We're going to extend it to January 14th now.
And talk to us about this center and how many children do you all serve, and how important are these coats for them?
So what we do here at Roy Moss Youth Alternatives is we help children recover from the trauma of abandonment, abuse, and neglect, and homelessness, as well as trafficking. And we serve youth ages 5 to 23, and it's really critical. Last year we were caught flat-footed, and so we're very grateful to Councilman Bravo and his district for really making a huge difference in keeping our kids warm this winter.
Talk to us about some programs that you all offer here for children.
Well, right here today we're at our drop-in center, so we do outreach into the community as well as helping kids that have been picked up by law enforcement or just want to come in for a safe place. We have counseling service, a thrift shop, transitional living services, and emergency care shelter services all on this campus. And then in Bernie, we have a 43-acre campus that does long-term services for children that are in the foster care system.
What are the reactions like when the children get these coats?
They're amazed. Like the night that Councilman Bravo was so great to come here on New Year's Day when the cold snap hit, and we had a couple of youth come in, and it really made it. They were so grateful that we had something warm for them.
What type of coats sizes are we looking for?
We're looking at everything from small, little kids, so think age 5, 6, all the way up to big people that need to stay warm too.
And Councilman, you mentioned this will also help people that are experiencing homelessness. And is there still a need here in our community?
There's absolutely still a need. We've already distributed everything that we've collected so far, and so we're going to extend the coat drive an additional week to January 14th. You can drop coats or other winter gear off at our District 1 field office on Vance Jackson, or any of the libraries in District 1, which would be Westfall Library, Lambda Library, Central Library, and San Pedro Library, anytime through January 14th.
And Julie, how does it feel to have this program happening right now, especially now that the winter is here and you can feel it?
It is my heart to serve children in our community that are the most vulnerable. And so it's why I get up every morning and come to work and have a smile on my face. And I get to do what I love every single day.
Awesome. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us this morning. This is an amazing way to start the new year, especially giving back to our community. And that's what it's all about, starting the brand new year, giving back. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Thank you, Tiffany. Justin's back now, and we were looking at that snapshot of temperatures this morning, slowly starting to warm up.
A little bit.
Slowly but surely. Well, we'll see a beautiful day. The afternoon's going to be just incredible. Maybe a little bit breezy from time to time, but that's about the only bad thing I can find in the forecast about today's weather. Mountain Cedar's down too. This is great news. Down to 1,130. And as you look at the stats and what we have plotted here, that line you see is generally our average. And we've been, I think, a little bit above average. We've started the season kind of early. We've had some big numbers early. We typically peak in late January. So we still have some days ahead of us, probably with some high cedar counts. But by the time we get into February, of course, we always say Valentine's Day, that's when we'll start to see the numbers go down. But as of today, 1,130, that's not bad. We can deal with that. As we look at water vapor, I want to show you this because if you look overnight, right there's a patch of clouds that moved over top of us. the timing was perfect. It kept temperatures from really falling overnight. We didn't get a lot of freezing numbers around the area, at least around San Antonio. There still were some places in the hill country that did get down to freezing, but here in town we stayed above that mark. Now we've got some dry air moving in, and that's going to allow for some sunny skies today. Lows this morning: 35 at the airport, 34 Boerne Stage, 32 in Kerrville, 29 in Hondo. So these numbers were warmer than yesterday's readings by a large margin. 30 in Carrizo Springs. They did get down to freezing there. 31 in Uvalde. Looking at the time lapse, those clouds moved out, and now we've got clear skies, as I mentioned. It was a beautiful sunrise, and temperatures have made it up to 44. Calm winds, that will change this afternoon. We'll start seeing a more southerly wind. It'll pick up 10 to 15 miles per hour. You may see a few gusts up around 20. Temperatures at this hour: 45 Canyon Lake, 43 in New Braunfels, 42 in Devine, 46 in Cotulla. You'll see 50s on the map, I think, here pretty soon now that the sun is up. And by midday, we're in the upper 50s with some 60s showing up south of San Antonio. And then by, say, 3 or 4 o'clock, we're in the mid-60s. It's about as good as it gets. 70 Cotulla, 71 Beeville, but 60s for the rest of us. Mid-60s here in San Antonio. Dew point tracker shows that we're going to see some dry air next couple days. In fact, we'll get a reinforcing shot of that with a cold front Thursday. But moisture rapidly returns by Saturday, and the weekend, at least Saturday, I think, is going to be somewhat humid. We may start off with some fog and drizzle Saturday morning before another cold front comes in on Sunday. So a lot of back and forth here with some fronts in the forecast. That big storm system that brought snow to the East Coast yesterday, that has moved away. Now we have some light snow across the Rocky Mountains and up across the Dakotas, a little bit of rain out west. But a pretty quiet picture for most of the country, which is a good thing. We'll see if we can get flights back in order today. A lot of delays yesterday with that snow on the East Coast and, of course, some COVID issues. But as we look at Texas, a few high clouds to the north. Those probably stay to our north today. We watch our next front, which is scheduled for Thursday morning. Moves through, just brings some gusty winds, no rain with it. And we mentioned that moisture starts to surge back Friday into Saturday. That's when we could see a few showers, maybe some drizzle Saturday morning. And then our next front comes through on Sunday. This doesn't look to bring much rain either, just some more gusty winds by Sunday afternoon and cooler temperatures. So you'll see a lot of back and forth here with these fronts. Wednesday up into the 70s, but back down into the 50s Thursday and Friday. 70s this weekend, and then back down into the 50s on Monday. As far as rain chances go, just to 10% Saturday and Sunday. And we will see probably another freeze Friday morning, by the way, down to around 30 degrees, guys.
All right, we'll bring in those plants once again.
Yep.
Thank you, Justin.
Kind of buried the lead there a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's all right. Thank you very much, Justin. 9:20, about 44 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9, court reporter Eric Hernandez joins us in studio to look at 10 high-profile trials expected to begin in 2022. And welcome back. It's 9:22. Right now, trials are on a 2-week delay here in Bexar County because of the recent surge in COVID cases. But when as they get back in session, we can expect several high-profile trials to take place.
Indeed. Eric Hernandez joining us now live in the studio to talk about some of those upcoming trials. A bit of a preview. Good morning.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Hey, so first of all, let's talk about the Andre McDonald trial. So it was supposed to happen last year, but it was delayed. Any word yet when that's going to happen?
No, there is still no word yet. And I think because of these delays that we keep seeing in this trial, we could possibly not see this trial happen maybe till early spring. The last we heard right here is when he had his bond reduced, and then he was later got out on bond in early November. The last time I spoke with his attorney, he said there is still no hearing set or scheduled yet to determine, and that next hearing, that's when it would be discussed, when that trial date, but that's not even scheduled yet. So
what are some of the trials that we could see, particularly in maybe the first half of this year, Erica?
Well, I don't anticipate many or any trials to take place this month because of that COVID surge. But some of the ones I am seeing that could start in either in February or in early spring. First, let's talk about Emond Johnson. Now, Johnson is accused of allegedly setting the fire to his gym that spread to other businesses and killed San Antonio firefighter Scott Deem. He was last in court last September to discuss about evidentiary hearing. And talking to his attorney there after that hearing, they are looking like it to be late February, early March for that trial to start. Another one I want to mention is Eric Trevino. This is probably a name you're not too familiar with or remember. This was a crime that took place in 2017, but he's facing capital murder charges for the death of a 3-year-old boy. Now, this apparently happened again in 2017. That child was riding in his family's vehicle when shots were fired at the car, and the boy was hit and was killed. Now, Trevino, while awaiting his trial a couple years ago, I don't know if you guys remember this high-profile escape that took place at Bexar County where several murder suspects got out. He was one of them, so now he's facing that charge as well. We could see his trial begin at the end of February.
And there's also a trial of an alleged serial killer expected to take place in Bexar County. Tell us about that case.
Well, not in Bexar County, Stephanie. This trial is taking place in Webb County.
Oh, Webb
County. Now, this is
okay.
Juan David Ortiz. Ortiz is the former Border Patrol agent that's accused of killing at least 4 women. His trial is expected to begin at the beginning of April with jury selection starting at the end of March. Again, this is in Webb County, so this will be taking place in Laredo. But this is a trial we're going to follow closely as well because this got national attention. I mean, this is a Border Patrol agent who is accused of some serious crimes here. And his attorneys, you'll probably remember, are the same defense attorneys that defended Otis McCain. So they're from here in San Antonio. So I expect us to make it a trip or two to Laredo when this trial does take place.
It's going to be a busy judicial year once things start to ramp back up.
Yeah, you know, we were expected to have everything fully open this week. I was expecting a busy day today as things got back and sentencing's taking place, but because of the recent surge, they're having to back off again. I just spoke to some of the judges this morning. A lot of attorneys are calling in sick, so they're seeing things already affecting schedulings this week and I'm sure the rest of the month. So I don't anticipate a trial till possibly February.
We're kind of in the holding pattern.
Yes.
All right. For more on these trials, go to our court coverage on our courts page, KSAT.com. Sign up for Erica's open court newsletter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you. Right now, we're at 926, still about 44 degrees.
And there's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. Authorities looking into a 4-vehicle crash on the city's northwest side. What they know so far.
And RJ joined us for a look at what's trending on KSAT.com this morning.
And welcome back. It's about 9:30 now. Crime Stoppers sharing some video, hoping it will help them find suspects in a stabbing. Police say a party ended with one person stabbed several times.
Part of the chaos was caught on cell phone video, and some of you may find this disturbing. Police say the party happened December 5th at an apartment at the Reserve at San Antonio. Some people apparently showed up without an invitation.
Officers tell us that several men and women attacked a person who tried to kick those people out. So far, 2 people in the video have been arrested, but police need your help identifying the others involved.
And Crime Stoppers also looking for a person suspected of robbing a Southside convenience store. Happened back on November 14th, a Stop and Shop on East Formosa near South Flores.
That's where investigators say the person on your screen approached the cashier, displayed a weapon, and then demanded cash from the register.
If you have info on any of these cases, you're asked to call the number on your screen. That's 210-224-STOP.
And a top story this morning, San Antonio police are trying to figure out what led up to a crash involving 4 vehicles overnight.
Happened on the far north side. Take a look at the scene in the 3000 block of Northwest Loop 1604 near Bitters. SAPD says the result of the crash, 2 people were taken to the hospital in stable condition with minor injuries. So far, police don't know what caused the crash, but they say speed may have been a factor. Well, in your morning headlines, the search is on for 2 people missing after the wildfire ravaged parts of Colorado.
And a parent nails a referee after a middle school basketball game. David Sears is here to explain this and show us this video.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. This parent went a little overboard. So we'll have that for you in just a second. Don't understand why, but we'll show it to you. You can figure it out. As if the fires weren't bad enough, though, what's left buried is now under snow, and the search is on for at least 2 people after that wildfire in Colorado left a huge area of destruction. The fire ripped through neighborhoods with the help of winds gusting at over 100 miles an hour. The only thing left in some housing areas, the streets. More than 1,000 homes and businesses burned to the ground. While the fire is pretty much out, the search continues for those missing.
We're still continuing to work with the cadaver dog to work. We've got the whole north side of Louisville done. We're now working on the south side. We do not currently have any missing persons in Louisville. That doesn't mean that we won't find something.
The fire burned up over 6,200 acres between Boulder and Denver. Investigators are starting to work to find some reason why that fire started. They're trying to figure out the cause. Some believe it started in a neighborhood with a shed, but they're not sure if the shed was the main source or secondary. The sheriff would not get specific on how the fire actually did start. All right, talk about a disaster. That's an SUV right here, and that's a snowplow right in front of that SUV. You can barely see, there it is. There's the snowplow. You can see the plow right in the front. It looks like a big dump truck, but it's big snowplows. This is in Washington, D.C. It happened on a road there. 3 people in that SUV were actually killed, 2 women and a man. Another man was taken to a local trauma center with severe injuries. More than 7 inches of snow fell from that storm that rolled through the D.C. area yesterday. King County, Washington. This is a middle school basketball game at Inge. You can see these youngsters over there kind of pushing and shoving, jawing at each other. The referees are coming over to separate them. Game's over. Everything's fine. To watch this. Bam. That's a parent coming out of the stand just nailing that referee. He ended up landing on his face on the court. The parent trying to get his kid away. The parent is 31-year-old Mark McLaughlin. He was arraigned on 1 count of second-degree assault. That's the referee. He didn't want his name used for fear of retaliation. He suffered a broken nose, broken cheekbone, 2 broken ribs. McLaughlin is 6'6". He weighs over 200 pounds. He actually played college basketball. The ref, 6 foot, 180, 72 years old. McLaughlin got his son and ran off before the cops arrived, but turned himself in the next day.
We argue that he's a danger to the community. When you have allegations like this and that video, it's a felony level assault case.
The ref just gave a statement, though. This is about the abuse, usually verbal, too often confrontational, that officials have to deal with, too often absolutely ridiculous.
That's sad.
And it looks like that parent is going to pay the price for losing it for a minute. So, you know. I mean, I understand you want to protect your kids, but you don't go out. The referee wasn't even doing anything but trying to separate the kids and make sure they didn't get carried away. And that's why those guys are on the court. That's what they're supposed to do, not the parents.
He didn't even see him coming.
No.
His back was turned.
It was kind of a blindside hit. Yeah, and it almost looked like things were starting to de-escalate when the parent ran in. Yeah, all caught on video. All right.
Stay in the stands, parents.
Stay in the stands, and sometimes keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, David, very much.
All right.
Let's go outside with live cam right now, 9:34, 46 degrees. Somebody wrote on my Facebook page earlier describing today's weather. Let's see. Linda Lewis Vanselo writes, weather is tourist weather today. Have a great day. Well, you too, Linda.
I would say I would agree with that. Absolutely. This is the kind of San Antonio weather we love in January. We had some clouds earlier. Those have moved out. We got clear skies, blue skies, and it's going to be in the mid-60s today. It's great stuff. You look across the country, I would argue we're going to see some of the better weather here across the United States, but temperatures are below freezing still in places like Washington, D.C. Yeah, the snow is gone, but they still have some ice on some of the roads there, still some travel issues there. 32 in Raleigh, 26 Chicago, 30 in Omaha. It's cold in a lot of spots, but not bitter cold. The bitter cold stuff's up there around Cut Bank, where it's negative 17 this morning. We're sitting in 44, and most of the state has warmed now above freezing here in Texas. I mentioned some of those clouds. You can see those around New Orleans. Those are what moved through overnight and kept temperatures from really bottoming out, so we didn't get a lot of freezing numbers around our area, and now we're left with sunny skies. At the moment, here in San Antonio, sitting at 44. Dew point is at 28, so the air is still extremely dry. Winds are calm, but those winds will pick up some this afternoon. 10 to 15 miles per hour out of the south. We'll be up around 65 tomorrow, or this afternoon. And then by tomorrow morning, we could see some patchy fog in spots. And then we'll be looking for another cold front. A look at that 7-day forecast, which includes a couple cold fronts, is coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thanks, Justin. A quick look at the roads with TransGuide earlier today. You know, it was pretty uneventful on the roadways. Loop 410 and Jackson Keller looking good right now.
Is that more traffic than we saw during the entire morning commute?
I think so, but at least things are still moving.
Agreed.
And new photos on our website show what's left of Splashtown Water Park since it closed. And Becky Hammond speaks out for the first time since announcing she is leaving the Spurs.
Plus the shows and concerts you are looking forward to this year in San Antonio. RJ Marquez joins us with some of the stories that are trending right now on our website at KSAT.com. Hey there.
Yeah, guys, we just posted that Splashtown story. It definitely has an eerie feel to it. And the individual who got to go in, pretty cool experience for him. He had an interesting description for it. So we'll get to that story in just a bit. But first of all, let's start with Coach Becky, guys. We got to hear from Becky Hammond for the first time publicly since she accepted the Las Vegas coaching job in the WNBA. Hammond spoke to the media yesterday afternoon and said taking the job in Vegas was an opportunity she just could not pass up. Still, she said she had many sleepless nights debating whether to leave the Spurs and the NBA to return to her roots in the WNBA. She said after years as an assistant with the Spurs under Coach Pop, she wanted the opportunity to lead a team, build a roster, and sit in, quote, what she called the big seat. She also referenced some of the criticism that going back to the WNBA is a step back for her career. Hammond said it's actually a step in the right direction for herself and women's basketball. She said this is all about growth, and there's just something to being a head coach and calling the shots. And you can read the full story there on KSAT.com. So good to hear Becky speak out a little bit. David and I were talking right before we came in the newsroom saying that, you know, some of the questions were interesting. It was good to hear from her, but we also just wanted to know kind of more of the thought process, whether she maybe didn't think she was going to get the job here in San Antonio. So maybe some future questions to be answered here, and maybe a little bit the future of Coach Pop. So we'll find out.
Nonetheless, even now that we've heard from her, big congratulations and best wishes there in Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, guys, so really interesting story this morning on our website, and it's all about Splashtown. Yes, the iconic water park that's been closed for some time now. Robbie Brown is a photographer and paranormal investigator who makes short documentaries called Unknown Ventures. So he visited the abandoned water park and took a bunch of pictures and videos you can see right there. He went to Splashtown last month after it permanently closed and said it looked like a scene from The Walking Dead. I would have to agree. He also referred to it as a beautiful mess and talked about how his kids used to go there. So it was really kind of a thrill for him to go back. And just to go back a little bit, back in October, San Antonio City Council approved a zoning change that would allow for a car dealership to be built on the old Splashtown property. Bobby Cavender told council members at the time that the family there is looking to buy the property because the owner of Splashtown has decided to retire. So Splashtown opened all the way back in 1985, and you could check out those photos and more videos again on KSAT.com.
It's going to be weird, like driving into San Antonio, like from, you know,
look
Austin
to the left, and
and it's not going to be there
anymore. Yeah, off the highway. So.
Give it a few more weeks, it'll get a little more overgrown. It'll look like a now defunct Russian water park.
There we go. Yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, you see all the growth out there and everything. Yeah, it's be interesting to see out there. All right, guys, and finally, with the new year comes new chances to catch that band or performer you've always wanted to see live. Right now on KSAT.com, of course, the coronavirus pandemic caused several shows to be canceled or postponed in the past 2 years, but this year's lineup points to a loud 2022 from rock to country to pop music. Also, the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo is back in full swing for 2022 with artists like Ludacris, Tim McGraw, and Brad Paisley. But the music doesn't stop there. This morning on our website, we have a look at the concerts to look forward to in San Antonio. And some that stuck out to me, Willie Nelson at the Majestic in March.
Nice.
The Deftones in early May. I feel like they could sell out a rock show here anytime, any year. New Kids on the Block. How about some 80s nostalgia there at the AT&T Center later in May? And really looking ahead, Elton John at the Alamo Dome in late October.
Far right pick, Rammstein.
Oh, yeah. Are they?
They've been talking about coming for a couple of years now.
I think they're scheduled to come. Yeah, they are.
In the fall again?
And speaking of again, this is Elton John's second farewell tour, by the way.
We were saying that earlier. Yeah. How many farewell tours has Elton John had? Okay,
Two.
Second one. So
he's allowed. He's allowed. It's okay.
Yeah. So you can check out those stories and more on KSAT.com.
All right. RJ Marquez, huge Rammstein fan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right now, we are at 9:40, about 47 degrees. You are watching GMSA at 9.
That's right. And then coming up, we will be talking with David Sears about the Spurs as they play again tonight. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. It's 9:44. The Spurs are hoping, and we're all hoping, that they take home a win tonight.
They're on the road tonight, take on the Raptors up in Toronto in the Great White North. David Sears has a preview.
Yeah, I want to just real quickly go over what the Spurs have in front of them tonight against Toronto. They have their own problems. Toronto's going to be tough enough. They got 4 guys out with COVID. 3 of them are guys you'll recognize: Lonnie Walker, Doug McDermott, and DeJounte Murray is returning to competition conditioning, whatever that means. So he's not ready to come back on the floor yet, at least as far as we know right now. And Kata Bates-Diop is injured, so they've called up a couple of guys. Josh Primo came up before the Detroit game along with Joe Wieskamp. Remember, those are the guys that they drafted. They both got some playing time the other night, so that'll be some good experience for them, and they might need them tonight. So the tip-off for tonight is at 6 o'clock. So you guys can actually watch part of the game.
Of it.
We
yes,
can.
we will be
There you
awake.
go. There you go. That'll be great.
Steph's her good luck charm, so
She needs to watch.
Please
Then you
watch
stay up all night.
to the half at least.
Okay.
Stay up all night. If they win, you call in sick tomorrow.
Ah, I don't know what they'll say here about that.
Well, look at what they got. They got Boston tomorrow night, then they got Philly, and then they got Brooklyn. And on the other side of that Brooklyn is the Knicks. So those are back to back. So this is a tough road trip, especially with these guys in COVID. You know, every team is dealing with this, so you can't go, oh, well, we've got COVID. You know, too bad. Remember the Miami Heat had a bunch. And they couldn't even play
That's
them,
true.
so.
Yes.
And that game's been rescheduled.
Yes.
So look on your schedule and get that
That's
one.
like February 3rd or something like that.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
It's a Thursday.
But so yeah. Oh, and you had tickets for that one too.
Yes,
didn't you?
I did.
So mark
We'll
your
be
calendar.
going in February. Yeah.
So you go, and parking is good too, by the way. Your tickets are good, and if you bought parking, it's good too.
Still good.
We didn't, but we'll worry about that later on. Thank you, though,
That's
David.
like a month from now problems.
Yeah. Last
All
minute.
right. Thank you, David. Back to Justin for a final check at weather.
And guys, we're looking back at the month of December. If you thought it was really warm, you were right. It was the second warmest December we've ever seen here in San Antonio, at least since we've kept records. The last time we were this warm, this is the second warmest, and the last time it was this warm, 1889, just to give you some perspective. So 130 years ago, you look at the last 20 years, how much warmer this December was, and by a huge margin. It was just unusually hot, not only here, but across the state of Texas. It probably will go down as the hottest December in Texas history, or at least since records have been kept. So there you go, to give you some perspective. As we've moved into January, temperatures have sort of normalized a little bit, and we're dealing with more typical winter-like temperatures. 44 degrees right now after a chilly morning, but not below freezing here in town. Calm winds, dew point is at 28. 46 Bernie Stage, 42 Comfort, 47 Canyon Lake, 43 in New Braunfels, 49 right now in Pleasanton. Most places now into the 40s, if not upper 40s, close to 50. And we'll be in the 50s here fairly quickly with dry air. Dew points in the 20s and 30s. These numbers are a little bit higher than yesterday, but still very dry. And these dry dew points will stick around through tonight. We may see these numbers come up a little bit. In fact, there may be just enough moisture on the coast tomorrow morning to develop a little bit of fog, but we're not looking for that here in San Antonio. Dew points will come up some, as I mentioned, tomorrow into Thursday, but they fall back with a surge of drier air on Thursday. And then by the weekend, they shoot up really quickly. That'll lead to some clouds, some fog, maybe a couple showers Saturday into Sunday before our next front comes in. And looking at water vapor, you can kind of see the little patch of moisture, mid-level clouds that came through this morning. That's what helped to keep temperatures from getting too cold overnight. But now we've got some dry air that's shoved in here, and that'll make for a really nice day. Temperatures will make it into the mid-60s this afternoon. Some really, really nice January weather. And that is the case for most of the country. That big storm system yesterday that caused all the headaches along the East Coast, that's moved out into the Atlantic Ocean. So now we're just left with some snow across the Rocky Mountains and the Dakotas, a little bit of rain and snow along the West Coast, but nothing that's too horrible. So most of the country in pretty good shape today, and that includes here in Texas, where there's just a few high clouds there in the Texas Panhandle. So let's talk forecast here. Our first front gets here, looks like Thursday morning. I'd say late morning. Front comes through. We get breezy conditions. There is no rain with this front. There's just not enough moisture to work with. So we're not going to get anything out of this front other than gusty winds and some falling temperatures by Thursday afternoon. As we get into Friday, clouds start to increase again, and then we get that rapid return of moisture. When that happens, we typically get a little bit of fog, maybe some drizzle. That'll be Saturday morning, so it could start off a little bit damp on Saturday. It'll be a mostly cloudy day, and then we'll look for a shower or two, generally east of San Antonio, Saturday afternoon. Then we got our next front. This comes through Sunday morning. That doesn't bring much rain with it. There could be a couple showers east of us, but bottom line, it'll just be windy and cooler by Sunday afternoon. So there's not a lot of hope for rain here, unfortunately. And today, barely any cloud cover. 65 degrees, your high temperature, southerly winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. In the extended forecast, we're going to go 73 Wednesday, Thursday, we'll get some falling temperatures as that front comes through. Breezy. We'll start off in the 50s, but we may fall into the 40s, and then 30 by Friday morning. So another freeze there. 56 Friday, and then back in the 70s Saturday and Sunday with that front, and then we go back into the 50s Monday. So it's that seesaw type of forecast. A lot of back and forth here with these cold fronts, guys.
Yeah, the weekend looks nice.
The weekend will be nice, just a little humid.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Justin.
I'm not surprised by the cool down. I'm still surprised by some of these warmer temperatures, especially during the daytime.
I know. I was getting acclimated to December, and now the cold front came, but I guess I'll go back down.
Let's see if we can keep this going into February, the 1-year anniversary of the big winter blast around here, right?
No, we want to forget about that.
Night 50, about 48 degrees.
Why Bill Miller Barbecue is temporarily closing indoor dining to customers. That's next.
Good morning. Coming up on Live, Tracy Ellis Ross joins us. She'll tell us what to expect from the final season of Blackish. We'll see you soon right here on Live.
And how much do you tip your server at restaurants? What about your hairstylist or your pool cleaner? Tomorrow on GMSA, we're going to give you some guidelines for tipping others for their services.
Let's take a quick look at TransGuide. Smooth sailing here. We are sitting pretty compared to parts of the East Coast. We're going to show you in 1 second. First of all, 410 at Parambital, 281 at 410. No problems to report. And
go ahead.
Sorry.
I thought we were going to another shot. Sorry.
One last look at the forecast. We're at 44 right now, guys. We'll be up around 65 this afternoon. Beautiful weather, but as you mentioned, Mark, not the case out east.
Yeah, this is what we were referencing just a few minutes ago. You're looking live. This is WJLA. That's the ABC station in Washington, D.C., and they're flying live over now, where it looks like parts of I-95 have started to thaw just a bit.
It looks like it, but apparently these cars were stranded overnight.
Yeah, and there's still some that are stuck.
Yeah,
so
you can see it there.
They had a big snowstorm blow through the D.C. metro area and parts of Virginia yesterday, and then overnight, I think it looks like a lot of this started to freeze, caused more problems again. So problems continue on one of the busiest freeways in the entire East Coast. And there you see that big rig off up against the median there on part of I-95 just south of Washington, D.C. What a mess. All right, back here at home, I want to tell you about Bill Miller Barbecue. They are temporarily closing dining rooms due to a staffing shortage.
Yeah, so they're closing them here in San Antonio and in Austin. And according to a Facebook post, the barbecue spot will close all dining rooms in these areas. They say they're closing. They will allow their restaurants to provide the same Bill Miller service you know and love.
Now, they say it's due to a staffing shortage. This is affecting all dining rooms in San Antonio, Austin, and surrounding areas. Guests can still order food through drive-through, curbside, or delivery services.
There is a note that the Corpus Christi locations and the Laguna Madre Seafood Company dining rooms will remain open until further notice. So the Facebook post is out. So this will be, the barbecue chain will open the dining rooms on January 10th, which is Monday.
Next
so they're
Monday.
giving us a little warning for the weekend there.
Do you think this is going to be an issue at more restaurants? I'm wondering about this because I think there could be more shortages, right?
Yes, restaurants and businesses keep people calling in sick or being sick.
I don't think any of us would be surprised.
No.
Excuse me.
You guys have a great day.